Guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well today. Today I have come up with the brilliant idea literally 2 seconds ago to talk about something that I've struggled with for years now. Other people who were smart kids will know exactly what I'm talking about, and you probably have the same issue. If you succeeded in life, well done. I, on the other hand, burned out, and I never gained back the ability to reach my goals, achieve my dreams, and carry on in education. I'm going to talk specifically about burnout in education because that's the main thing that came into my head, and I want to be clear that you should not do what I do. But if you feel burnt out, you really should find support instead of doing what I did, which was avoiding my problems. So this first started in college, my first year. By the end of the course, I was done. I was mentally checked out, and I started to physically check out, but I met all of my deadlines. I did all of the things I needed to do. I just couldn't turn up at the end of the year, and this is not a conscious choice that I made. I was physically incapable of doing what I should have done, really. And I look back and I'm disappointed in myself, but I know 100% that I was not able to do the things that I was expected to do. And when you're under 18, you're not supposed to leave education, and you can get into a lot of trouble for it. But I was still registered on a course, I still completed. I got a merit distinction in art and design. So I did very well, despite the fact that I burnt out. But the next time around, it happened faster. I tried to be there, show up, do my best, and then in the end I burnt out halfway through the year. By winter time I was in a very bad place mentally, and just getting out of bed was something that was so difficult for me. So getting up, getting ready and going to college was something that was completely out of the question. But there was also physical health challenges that started around this time. I had chronic tonsillitis until I had my tonsils removed in 2021. I think I've talked about that before, but if you are new here, that is a fact of my life. My first surgery was a tonsillectomy I had in 2021 because my tonsils had been swollen for 8 months, maybe 9 months. Like, it's been such a long time, but my struggles really started to get progressively worse when I was 17. I'm not sure if it had something to do with reaching full adulthood, or I was just unlucky. But by the time I turned 18, I knew that I didn't have to show up, but still the guilt and the anxiety that I felt while I was laying in my bed, unable to move because I was exhausted to my very core, not just physically. I was mentally exhausted, and that's what burnout is. You feel so worn down that going forwards feels like an impossible task. Living a normal life becomes too much to bear. And since then I've never reached the end of any educational course that I've done. I have found it incredibly hard to reach my personal goals in my personal life, and I'm still struggling now, particularly with weight loss. But I do have a lot of factors working against me in that, and it ultimately feels hopeless sometimes, and right now I'm very burnt out. Like, it's a lot of effort for me to walk to the pharmacy to get the drugs that keep me alive. And I think it doesn't help that I'm in a constant cycle of pain, and I'm biologically dependent on drugs. And that's not a good feeling, because I want to live a normal life. I want so hard for just existing to not be so painful that I can't take care of myself. Like, I spend all the energy I have taking care of my animals, and I've got nothing left for me, and the past week, maybe more, I have been running on empty. There has been no energy at all to spare, but I still have to push through. And when I'm doing things for them, it kind of slips my mind that I'm exhausted. But then when it comes down to me and thinking about making videos, because things are going well with the channel, and I feel so incredibly lucky that anybody would want to watch me talk about absolutely nothing, because I am like the least interesting person in the world, I think, personally. But thank you for watching, and I hope this helped you to understand what burnout is like. If not, you're experiencing it, or you have experienced it and didn't know what it was, that it has helped you to realise, you know, there's a name for what you feel. But ultimately, I make these videos because it's cathartic for me, and my main goal is to help other people out there in any way that I can. So leave a comment telling me how your experience with burnout is, and let's talk in the comments. I'll catch you next time.